guys, this is going to be the beginning of me trying to do a video diary of my backyard progress, how I'm working on it, and I picked a great day. It's incredibly windy, so I have these earbuds in and hopefully it's fine. So I'm going to do like a little tour of my backyard and kind of almost do like a before and after, even though this has already started. And so people that do already know me have seen a lot of progress because I post a lot to my garden group. But in the process, I am going to be, completing more. I mean, I still have a garden shed to make. I'm super excited about. We're going into winter right now. It's the end of October. So that garden shed is going to be one of my biggest projects as these plants stop needing as much care from me. And I'll show you where that's going to be. It is kind of a wreck in my backyard right now, especially since I always have projects going on, so there are always places that do not look good, but I'm willing to share all that with you guys. So this is me starting. It's a little nervous, but I don't mind. I mean, this is what I want to do. So I'm going to pull you guys around. Some of the videos are going in the future of this like backyard garden diary is going to be my personal stuff. My backyard is going to be a lot of that I'll post. But I'll also have like friends that are local experts in there, whatever they do. I'll have, different places I go to visit and get deals, or I find the plants that I want to tell you about, kind of new stuff that's coming out, all this other stuff that I'm just really excited to share with everybody. And, whatever happens to happen in the gardening world, I'll share it with you, and we'll go through this together. Hey guys, so I was going to do a garden video tour to kind of start off this video blog of diary kind of my backyard garden journey, and we had this pretty bad windstorm this last couple of days, so we actually have a lot of damage. So we can kind of walk through the space and show you the general idea, but we do have damage that I have to redo. So some of the prettiest things that I did have up did break, but I will also have follow-up videos. What do you do after a windstorm? And that'll help you guys out, I guess. So anyway, this is kind of one of the places that we're not quite finished with, just like most of the garden, but it's definitely one of the places that looks pretty good right now. It is sort of a sun belt pollinator strip right here in the middle of our grass. I actually had to dig it all out after I drew it out on the grass, and it's one of our favorites. If you actually follow around, we have this area here, and the plans for this is a padded patio type thing, some kind of flooring, whether it's pavers or concrete, we don't know quite yet, with a pergola that does let sunlight through above, and that way I have some seating off of the back, and my storage has other projects. So if you see the gazebo, I do have some things climbing, but right now that is sort of an in-progress room. That's our sitting socializing room. This over here is sort of like just a sight off of the back door, and you can kind of see where it leads you out to sit down. Again, some wind damage took out some things. You can see my beautiful arbor that had passion vine, orchid vine, and things on it, and it is just demolished. So I will be showing you how to bring that back up. I did do this one already, and you can see how the stake is actually kind of invisible in there, and propped this hibiscus back up, and it'll reinforce itself again once this wind is keeping it down. Anyway, so I'll pop that video up for you and have a whole full video later of damage control and recovery, which we get a lot. So we have a winding path that goes back behind here, and it is one of the most beautiful views that you can have. And I plan to lengthen that where it keeps undulating back there with some more continued little pollinator strips that are pulled out into the grass just a little bit, and I'll show you how that goes. And it's great to plan. I know people have a lot of concerns about planning their own space and just jump in, and I'll show you how to do that. So we will fix this. So you're coming back along, you've got all this fence line that is sun, and I like to make sure it's not straight lines. A seating area with a backdrop, wind damage. This back here is so much in construction at the moment. This is my vegetable beds and growing edibles, and you will actually see this one transform the most, which is why it is in such a state right now. So in the very back, you can't really see it with like the wheelbarrows in the middle, but there is a pathway, and at the very back in the middle you will actually see the cutest little cottage type style upcycled garden shed I'm making. It has doors as walls, you know, repurpose things like that, and just kind of put all together. A shedding roof, but inside I'll get to store a lot of stuff and pull things out of my garage, which I know everybody has organizing problems. So that's exciting. I'll bring that to you. We are actually in the process of already making a potting bench, somewhere that you can put your cuttings to start them, and then you can have plants for free, which is like the best, right? All the gardeners need more money for plants. So that's happy. A great thing. I'm in the middle of it. It needs a roof and a top, but we're almost there. Another video. I have some rain barrels that I have put together. That is actually a video that we did a while back, so it's going to be a throwback video I will be sharing. Right now it's a transition garden. I do not have it planted up really. It's sort of a nursery at the moment, so let's keep moving because that's definitely a wreck. So if we're going through, those are 2 or 3 rooms, and I like to make rooms out of my garden so that we have, you can see the damage on this one. I'll show you recovery for this too, for a floppy tree type branch. So I'm gonna let the camera guy, who is my husband, come on through. You can kind of see. There you go. Anyway, yeah, this big boy is in its glory, and it's too bad that windstorm kind of took it down. But I've got a camellia that's coming back, which will fill up this space, which is why this is not really planted in. And it just kind of continues this sun wall that we have along with climbing vines and sun-loving plants. We've got a fig in that corner that's recovering from fury. Onto all the way around, it's going to be a circular grassy area that comes over to a fruiting trees area, apples and stone fruit that's multi-grafted into our other room. So this is like the play grass room. And this is going to be the Alpine Garden, sort of a secret garden actually. So it'll have a pathway once we finish it out, wound up to there, and it will have somewhat like a boardwalk through to the gate that's actually on the far side. And we could lead you through there, but it's kind of hard. Again, it's under construction, but it is definitely one of our passions right now. This is my husband's room. He really wanted an Alpine garden. I'm okay with that. It's really cool. So we do have a lot of conifers and things like that. And here we are still cutting through some of the garden beds and making it as we want it. Before it was just grass and drainage. So we'll keep going. We have a show-stopping kind of anchor plant in front of some of our windows. You definitely want to make sure what you see out of your windows is something you love, which my husband might be seeing for the first time. We want to put in a waterfall of some kind, something that goes over rocks and makes some beautiful sound. And I'm thinking right in this area, right off of the window, but we'll discuss that. That'll definitely be another video. So anyway, this will eventually meet over. I have in the box over there a trellis that will be going across the top, and you get to see some beautiful vines. And I'm gonna leave going up there. Okay, we're gonna skip real quick over to the front yard. Okay, so we're going to come out from my back garden, off of my house and my back patio that we are going to lengthen a little bit and give us some socializing sitting room and just more shade and more coverage from storms. This is an arbor I put over the gate. I love it. At different times of the year, it has different things blooming. But I just wanted to show you, since it's actually one of my favorite parts to kind of show. There's sun pots and everything over there. So we're coming out, and we have all of this west-south area against the wall. This picture gets just super hot. So it's all of these hot, sun-loving things. And it's actually great for plants that are sensitive for winter. So that's definitely a video that I'd like to share of things that are you know, good for our area, or what do you need to kind of fib a little bit and help along. It needs a special place to be planted so that it makes it through either our summers or our winters, and bougainvillea is a great example of that. So I've got some of these things. These are obviously, I collect so many materials because I do like to DIY, and I'm definitely a thrifter for my materials in the garden. These are all pots, and our seating area in the back, I actually have an umbrella that goes over the top, and I'm anchored into the ground. I will probably show you, there's a cap on it to keep it from filling with other debris. But this is a great place to sit and really enjoy with your friends, especially if you have an umbrella in Houston, where we can kind of sit and watch the kids play. Over here, we obviously still working in the middle of things. I like to use, like I said, thrifted materials, so that's what this is right now. This all used to be grass. There used to be no gate there. We put in a gate. I paved it with free pavers a friend and neighbor had that gifted to us. So now I have somewhere to put my trash cans back behind the gate. And then I carved all of this out. Again, this is a design thing and a planning thing that I know people get really nervous about, and I'd love to go through you with how the process is, how to feel comfortable doing it. It's going to be great. I think everybody can do it. So you put it in. It's actually taking a lot of runoff from the back, so it's a rain garden. So if you have drainage problems, this is a great solution. Free trees that I pick up and do. I will have a video. I already have a video of this one being planted. It was in a huge 15-gallon type root ball. It's not intimidating. You can do it. I'll show you how to do it. The different plants or trees, I should say, that I put along this grass strip, and eventually I might get another puddle, if you will, puddle bed of pollinator sun things, since this is a sun-loving area out here. This is one of my favorite trees. We'll get into that. I will definitely dissect trees that are great for the Houston area. And I like color in a good mix of things that lose their leaves during winter and things that keep it during winter. Evergreen is what you call them. So coming at the edge of the sun area here, we're going to creep into where we have these tricky zones. And I know everybody has some tricky zones in their yard where things get sun at different times of the day and shade others. And what do you plant there? That's my front yard right now. Some things are stressing or water issues. And what choices do you make? How do you keep from investing too much money in replanting things every year to balance that perennial stability and like the annual colors that you get? We'll go over that. And so that brings us around to street curbs and stuff. These are looking a little sad, and you can see we have some down branches we need to get out and do. But you also see that I have some drip tubing going in. That's a great video. I'll show you how to be able to have those pots at the end of your curb, and then they don't go dry and they will stay looking fabulous. You need water to them. Have you? Okay, so right now this is a really deep shade, and that's a real difficult place to plant for gardeners, so we'll go over that. I have great suggestions. I think we've seen almost all of our rooms of the garden for now, and I am so excited to let you guys come and share it with me, and please follow. I'm going to try to do 2 videos a week, and like and subscribe. Thank you.